Hello, and welcome. This is Nicole Pacior, also known as the Yoga Diva, and we are on to the lower part of the legs today, starting with the calf, the ankle, the outer ankle, inner ankle, foot, and my nemesis, the Achilles tendon. Yes, it's going to be a lot. Let's get started. First things first, stand with the feet parallel and try and drive the heels into the floor and turn the toes towards the ceiling. Just a couple of lifting and lowering through the toes. I'm going to bring the camera in closer just so you can see. Working into the fronts of the shins and bending and straightening the knees. Now add that. Now keep the toes up, lift the soles of the feet, and then begin to walk on your heels, just forward and back, forward and back. Making such a gesture of tone in the front of the shins that you start to feel it along the top of the feet. Splay the toes out. Let's go back and forth for 3 more times. Step back 3, step forward 3, step back 3, step forward 3. I'm looking for fatigue in the front of your shins. Back. Couple more times, and then release. Top of your right foot on the floor, point your toes, and then bend. Kick back through the Achilles tendon heel. Bend, stretch the top of the foot. Roll back, stretch the Achilles tendon. Let's do that a couple more times. Getting into the calf on the back side and stretching into the front. 2 more times. Last time. And then just hold. So be far enough away with the front leg that when you bend your back leg knee and slide back, you still start to feel the muscles in the shins, Achilles tendon, everything there, and lean forward and just hang out here. Now from this very deep bend, start to drag your kneecap forward, lifting the heel, going for 4 more times. Each set will do 5. 4, let me bring the camera in just a little tighter. Keep going with the heel, lifting and lowering. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's switch. Turn, stretching the top of the left foot, so roll. The side is completely different. Heel down and roll over the top of the foot. And straighten. Roll back. And bring in. Let's try this 4 more times. Last time. And then from here, please step your leg a little bit back. Lean back, pick up your heel of the back leg, and then push back through the heel, stretching into the sole of the foot, the Achilles tendon. Let's do 4 more like that. 3. What I'm looking for is an opening in the back of the knees. a gentle opening. So are you hyperextending your leg and stretching it so straight that you start to feel the back of the leg puff out? No, it's just here. And then keep the heel down, bend, and lift and lower, and lift and lower. 3, 2, 1, switch. Second side. So keep the knee bent a lot, lean in. So I want to work the front of your shins as also the Achilles tendon, and just here, here. So it looks like you're not doing very much. And indeed, it might feel different. The muscles that we're using are often not separated out and targeted. Okay. Now, I have my handy sock here. I'm going to work on the foot using a sock on your left, right foot onto the sticky mat. So stand with your left foot on the floor, right foot, and then begin to just rotate and rotate and rotate and rotate and turn and turn. Let's go for 10 of those. 9, all the while try and keep your toes curled up to the sky. It's as if you have on elf shoes. 2 and 1. Come onto the ball of the foot, lift the heel, and do the same thing. This is the active, twisty version of toe breaking pose. 2 more times. And then last one, step, second side, left foot sticky mat, right foot naked wood floor, or on a slider. And on the first few, you're just turning in and out. Your foot is turning in and out. Just turning in and out and in and out. Endeavor to lift all 5 of your toes so that you really explore the shins. Turning and turning and turning. Keep your shins up. This is all shins and calf today. But the left toes need to grip the floor strongly. Now come onto the ball of the foot. Do the same thing. Turn, 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 turn. This is like an active toe breaking pose. 10 of these. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, turning and turning, 3, turning and turning, 2, and then 1. Good. Let's go back. First side, second time. We'll do 3 sets of these. Foot is flat, toes are up. And it's just in and out and in and out. Notice how my ankle's moving, yes, but also the entire leg. I have a slight bend in the knee. It's good for the hip. It's good for the whole chain of the legs up through the hip. 4, so the toes are up, the foot is flat. Are your right toes gripping? 3, twisting, 2. Now, stay on the ball of the foot and just turn, 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 turn. So toe breaking pose. is you stacking the toes under and sitting back on the Achilles tendon. This is a toe breaking pose that asks the foot, the ankle, the knee to become dynamic. 2 more times. Excellent. And then step over. Are you starting to feel it yet? Are you starting to feel it in your calves? It's slow. You know, this is I don't want to overstrip the capacity, but I do want you to do a high repetition of these. Let's keep going. Left foot sticky mat. Right foot with the sock, toes. And then just twist and twist and twist. Gripping with these left toes, bending the left knee. And turning, turning. Keep your toes up. Three, good. 2, and 1. Now, come onto the ball of the foot. Do the same thing. 10, 9, 8. Starting to feel it all in this part back here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Stand strong on the right, left toes up. And then it's here, here, here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep going. 3, 2, heel up now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Sock on right foot, toes of right foot up, otherwise foot flat. Just keep going. 6, 5, 4, keep going. 3, good. 2, 1. Come onto the ball of the right, bend, bend. Stay up onto the ball of the foot. When you are, I'm not going to presume, but if you are a person who wears high heels, this action, coming up on the ball of the foot, it is counterbalanced because the heel is there to hold. This is actually recruiting the entire arch of the foot and making you work. Keep going. 5, we'll do 10, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step out. Sock up on the left. Left foot flat, but left toes are up. Squeeze into the right toes. Pivot, 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 pivot. Now with each one, become very granular, very curious about how you can take the foot in angles that maybe you typically do not explore in your day-to-day life. 3 more. 2. Stay onto the ball of the left and then turn, turn. 7, 6, 5, turning. 4, turn. 3, Turn in and out, 2, and then 1. Good. You know what I want? Switch the sock. It's subtle. You know, it's very subtle. It's not going to be like calf raises or heel raises. It's just going to be a 360 degree. It's like we put a shrink wrap all around. Keep your toes up. 9, 8, 7, keep going. 6, 5, 4, keep going. 3, 2, rotate, 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 rotate. Last one, stay onto the ball of the foot, and then turn. 10, turn. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, last set. Switch the sock. Why do I have one sock when I could very easily have on 2? I'm glad you asked. I have you on one sock because just the transition, lifting the leg and putting on one sock, that in and of itself is a balance drill. 10. Okay. 4, 3, 2. On the ball of the foot. 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep going. 3. Pivot and pivot. 2. Okay. We started on the left, so we will end on the right, just to make sure the right gets its due. Toes up. 8, 7, rotate, rotate. Your toes are up all the while. 4, 3, 2, on the 1, step on the ball of the foot. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep going. 4, 3, 2, okay, 1. Take off the sock. Okay. So we worked all angles of the front of the calves. Let's go back the way we started with the strong flexion of your feet, heels down, toes up. And just see if you can locate 2, 3, go back, 2, 3, go forward, go back. Now in the first set, you have new awareness around your shins, the front of the shins. Okay, let's stretch the top of the foot, cool it down. Come onto the top of the foot, bend, and then roll and bend. Yep. I have one student and she has a metal plate in her toe. If you are in that category where you have hardware in your foot, this is not for you. Switch. Turn the other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, just stretching the tops of the foot as well as the shin. 2, and then release. Ah, come and lie down on your back. Flex your toes to the heavens. Stack your Achilles tendon of your right foot in between the toes of the left. Come and lie down and just begin to pivot. Pivot, looking at the ceiling, and pivot, maybe looking towards one side. Switch feet. Achilles tendon becomes the cup holder. Toes of the other foot become the cup holder of the Achilles tendon. Side to side. Release that. Slowly test yourself. See if you can come up without lifting your feet. So that was the big toe. Let's put your Achilles tendon into the second, the crevice of the second. Okay, and get in there. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, stick with it. Just side to side a couple of times there. Breathing. It's funny, my hands are like trying to help the foot here, but make your hands soft and squeeze your shoulder blades into the floor. Release, lift the hands up. See if you can roll up without lifting your heels. We're on to the second webbing. I did have a student who had very extensive webbed feet, which is great for swimming, but not so much for this. So if your foot structure doesn't allow for this, please don't tear or tug at the space between the toes. Release, heels down, inhale, roll up, sit up. Okay, the next parking spot, can you bring your Achilles tendon all the way over in there? Doesn't have to be perfect, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just stacking it in there. Now on this one, because it's at an angle, you might bend the bottom leg. And then this will train everything that we've been working on in your ankles and feet. Couple more times. Lower, hands overhead, roll up, roll up, roll up. Parking lot spot. Fourth, I don't really know how I'm going to get my Achilles tendon in the pinky. I don't know. It's going to be a wild experiment here, but we're in it for all foot, shin, calf, arch of foot. Heel down, inhale, keep the feet flexed, lift up. Okay. Into the baby toe. Okay, this is going to be pretty wild. I have to really bend that bottom leg. Ooh, God. Okay. Do what you can. It's almost like the Achilles tendon of the left has to park sideways. Okay, here we go. Maybe the bottom knee is bent. Be very careful and just rock and rock and rock. Couple more times. And then you know the drill, heels down, hands up. Imagine you're a puppet and your puppeteer is lifting you from the floor. This is your last one. This is your last one. I'm excited. I'm excited because we will have worked. Now this toe is not cooperating. Each toe is going to have its own little personality. Woo, baby toe. Woo, baby toe on the left. Okay. Oh gosh, this is definitely not, it's not as accessible as the other. Maybe bend the bottom, do what you can, do what you can. And swing, 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 swing. Okay. Achilles tendons down, feet flexed, arms overhead, roll up and sit. Okay, guys. That's calf, foot, ankle, number one, sequence number one. Join me if you dare. It is no small feat. Get it? That's a pun. Good job. Go on to the next video or take a rest or do something else with your new, strong, agile feet. Good job. Namaste.